Okay, well, we can see here the nominees for Best Picture this year. American Fiction, Anatomy of a Fall, Barbie, The Holdovers, Killers of the Flower Moon, Maestro, Oppenheimer, Past Lives, Poor Things, and Zone of Interest. I have seen one of these movies.
Same with me.
Now, in the past, we've had blockbuster movies get nominated for Best Picture, but the last time that a Best Picture winner made more than $100 million at the box office was in 2012, the Ben Affleck film Argo. That's 12 years ago. 12 years ago. Because as we go farther and farther in time, the Academy Award seems to just favor these small, what we call art house indie darlings that no one ever watches. I mean, I watch them after the fact because I'm interested, and most of the time, I'm not going to lie, I love movies. You guys know I'm kind of a cinephile, but most of the time, these movies bore me, and they're so obviously like what we now call Oscar bait. It used to be that the movies that won Best Picture was Gladiator and Lord of the Rings, stuff that was
like made for the audience as opposed to made for the critics.
And oftentimes, the movie that was the most popular movie was also Best Picture. Not because they were of any other reason, but because what people liked is good, and the Oscars recognize those as the best films. But in today's climate, the film snobs of the world kind of see like action movies and comic movies and that sort of stuff as genre fare, and that the true Oscar films are these little art house darlings. So there's a lot of disconnect there. But as you can see, we do have Barbie and Oppenheimer on this list, and Oppenheimer, a lot of the critics are calling Oppenheimer the front runner. They really think that Oppenheimer's going to win. And remember, Oppenheimer, Christopher Nolan, this movie made almost $1 billion. Again, Argo only made like $150 million. I mean, that's a lot of money to most of us, right? But for a movie, that's like a somewhat breakthrough. If you cross the $100 million range, then you are a hit, as long as your movie didn't cost more than $20 million. For movies like Marvel's Endgame that cost like $300 million, you have to reach those $1 billion tentpoles. But that's a story for maybe later in this podcast. The point is that if Oppenheimer wins, it's going to be the first movie since 2012 to win Best Picture that made over $100 million. And I think it's going to be the first time in a long time that a movie made over $500 million too. I think the last one that made over $500 million, I want to say, correct me if I'm wrong, was Return of the King, Lord of the Rings. So that isn't that just incredible?